It's time for Trash Juice, man. All right, so here we go. Like, me and Matt actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and we were going to like put it on the show, and we didn't. We said, we're not going to talk about it. But it just gets more and more ridiculous. Every time news comes out, it's super contentious every time somebody reports something. Yep. Like, regardless of what your news outlet is, if you're a blog, if you're like a spoiler site, whatever, fans are a terrible bunch. And not all fans, but there is a sect of fans that no matter what you say, you are, I hate you. And you know, I've noticed it more with the DC fans. And here's the thing, I'm a DC guy.
That's too bad.
My heart goes more DC than it goes Marvel. I like everything, but I would consider if I had to pick one, I'd be like, I'm a DC guy. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But these DC fans are rabid, and they're just.
Let's give examples. Like what makes you say that?
So last week, for example, this news that came out that Justice League is going to be 121 minutes. You know,
right.
So it's about a 2-hour movie, right? Everyone's lost their minds, and you're not sure. It's not sure. It's not been revealed by. You know,
so they're going after the guy.
Yeah, and a lot of people did this, but there was this one guy, Jeremy Conrad, online. He goes by, his handle is @Manabyte, and he's a contentious guy. He says some goofy stuff sometimes, but the point being, he said this. He got death threats emailed to him. Yeah. It was a pretty terrible
over the length of a movie.
All he was reporting something. And here's the thing, whether it's true or not, people don't need to act like that. If you say, hey, your favorite character is Superman, don't act like Lex Luthor, right? Don't act like Steppenwolf. Don't act like freaking Bizarro, right? At least Bizarro would probably give hugs. He'd be like, Bizarro, hug. You know?
Yeah, because he's so angry.
He's so angry. So it's a very sad state of celebration, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird, the things we feel like we need to defend.
Yeah.
I would say that. You know, like, so say the movie is 121 minutes or it's not. I could approach it with, man, that might be a little concerning that they're trying to do too much in kind of what could be considered a little shorter
it could
than movies. Like, that's how like a rational person would, you know what I mean, reply to this instead of just going after a person is always just weird to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, this isn't, I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how to approach that.
Yeah, the stuff they sent to this guy was pretty vile, and it was kind of, it was sad. Again, nobody deserves that type of threat. Nobody deserves that
No, you
type
treat
of
people
attack.
like other human beings.
Well,
like, don't treat them like something to be written off.
Yeah.
Or
if you disagree, it's cool. Like, okay, so I do the Batman on Film show, and Bill on that show, he's the head guy there. He runs the show. What's up, Bill? How you doing? He is not a fan of the Justice League movie as a whole. Like, he's just more into like, hey, tell separate stories and tell good stories. Big fan of the Nolan films, right? Dark Knight Rises sucks, but he's a big fan of that stuff. And Matt's shaking his head. Why'd you do that? Because I have to put it in there. I gotta do it.
Always.
Every episode needs it. Bing. So he's gotten death threats before for reporting stuff. And then people say, you're a Snyder hater and you hate the DCEU and all that stuff. And like, it's so like far off the deep end. It's really sad. It's like, okay, no one hates this guy. Nobody hates Zack Snyder. Nobody hates the DC movies. Like, it's just, we don't have to like everything. You know, people don't have to like everything for you to be a fan. Like, hey,
well,
okay,
I can
Matt
dislike
Ritchie,
what Zack Snyder's choices are, but that doesn't mean that I hate everything that he does. And it also doesn't mean that you need to defend him. Yeah. Like, he probably doesn't care. Yeah. All that much that I'm like, man, I really don't like that decision you made in that movie. Yeah. Like that. Or maybe weird extended, that weird extended awkward sex scene in Watchmen. Like, I didn't like that.
Hallelujah.
But at the same time, I can say that the movie was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, right?
And at the same time, Zack Snyder could probably go like, okay, some random guy I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need people to jump to his defense.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like there's just this idea, not just for creators, but for like characters. Like people are jumping to the defense of something. I'm like, wow.
If you disagree, you hate. It's so like you hate great art and you hate people, and it's like there's a lot of them where they call him Zaddy. Have you seen some of the stuff they do?
No.
They superimpose his face on Jesus, and they're all, we worship at the
oh
house.
My gosh!
Like I'm sure that makes him uncomfortable. If he saw that, I bet you'd be like,
I'm sure
gosh.
Me having a slight problem with one film he makes is way crazier than you superimposing his face on Jesus.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
grief, people.
Move past that idea and move. Just go into general fandom. You, Matt Ritchie, are a Flash appreciator, right? You like the Flash. Big fan of the Flash?
Yes.
He's literally wearing a Flash t-shirt at this point.
Yes.
Would you say that last season's season of the Flash was a good season, or was it mediocre?
Oh, it was mediocre.
You hate the Flash. Why do you hate the
Obviously.
Flash? It's not mediocre. It was great. It was great.
You don't understand what he was really trying to do.
No, it was great. It was great. Everything on that was great.
So here's
he was feeling. Yeah. Anyway, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what it's like.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
So here's my thoughts on this, just in general.
Yeah.
If we can just say a couple things. Gosh, I feel like I need to It's like I'm talking to my kids. It's right. Literally how I feel. I need to make a point to my kids.
It is like that.
I talk to my kids about being grateful, and being grateful consists of two things: being happy with what you have and saying thank you. I was like, dude, just make it simple, right? I want you guys to be grateful. That means you better be happy with what you already have, or we're going to have problems. And you better say thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, why are we so angry and so whiny and so complainative about everything right now as comic book fans when we have literally never had this much content available to us?
Never.
Quality content, I should say.
Yeah.
There's the stuff that's kind of lame. Like, Gotham sucks, but I know, right?
I don't feel like anyone's contentious about that. I don't think anyone defends that one.
Well, I'm just saying that there's some stuff that's not what we're contentious about. But just a contentious spirit in general falls over fandom, where we feel like we need to fight over the fine details about everything that's offered to us, where I'm like, you realize even the stuff with stuff around Justice League, I was telling Justin earlier today, I'm like, you realize the thing you're fighting over and complaining about is sandwiched within weeks between a new Thor movie
where he fights
the Hulk on another planet,
and
a new Star Wars one where Luke Skywalker comes back and
has a beard.
There's just,
dude, some people used to only, how
and
they
it's
got
the
Thor?
Same day as we're getting an entire series of Punisher episodes, and it's just this thing where I'm like, I get it. We can discuss, because we talk about our opinions all the time.
Yeah.
Talk about your opinions, but I just cannot compute.
Yeah.
How do we get off complaining in an era that we live in like this? To the degree that we're complaining. Like I said, have opinions. Say when something is good or when it's not, or if you prefer, you don't. That's great. That's normal human conversation. But going to death threats and threatening people and yelling and just putting people on blast the way we do is ridiculous in the context of what we get. We are an ungrateful bunch. Is what this looks like. Woo. And it makes me frustrated.
No, it's
man.
Good. Dude,
we can't just appreciate what's around, and we can't be thankful for what's happening. Guys, a Justice League movie is being made. It might not be good, but it's being made.
It's being made.
A Justice League movie is being made.
Hey, you know what? Here, all the people that want to hate on the Justice League movie, go watch the 1997 pilot that ABC or CBS made. Go watch that. Go on YouTube and watch that. That's what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Stop complaining about everything. Here's the thing. Some people, there's opinions, and it goes on both sides. Yeah. There's both sides, but I think it's okay to debate, and it's okay to have opinions. It's not okay to be a jerk. It's not okay to make death threats on people. It's not okay to behave like a butthole kid. So I posted a few weeks ago on Twitter, and I just said, it's ironic that in this day and age where we celebrate our superheroes on screen, fandom in turn acts like villains. I was like, man, that's a good thought.
That is a good thought.
But it's the truth. Why do people act like
you're
that.
sitting here defending Batman, but yet you're causing chaos. Like
you're
Joker.
acting like you're the penguins.
What the heck?
They're all a bunch of penguins. That's what they are. Penguins.
Yeah, dude, it's just weird, man. The way, and I would say like it's humanizing the wrong things and dehumanizing the wrong things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're getting it completely mixed up. Like, I mean, again, like what brought this up is a lot of the stuff coming out with Harvey Weinstein the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And you look at things coming to light with Ben Affleck and Jason Momoa specifically. And you have people defending him as if he is actually Batman and has actually been saving lives and doing good. Where I'm like, guys, we don't have to, again, have to jump in and defend Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And you can still like Batman and still want the movie to do well that he's made.
Oh yeah.
Like but let's call a spade a spade. Like you have to realize like
there's a point you have to go like, man.
There's stuff like, let's not condone what's come before. Mm-hmm. Like we have an opinion, right? We have a view of what's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. But we also don't go to bat for someone we know they've said something ridiculous and they're not this actual fictional character. Like I don't need to defend Jason Momoa because he's not Aquaman. Like he's not the king of the seven seas, so there's not like some grand accomplishment that keeps him above reproach of like ever doing anything wrong.
He's a grown man that said something stupid.
Yeah.
And he needs to own that.
And here's the thing that needs to go forward. And this would be my encouragement even to other fans if you're listening to this. You need to own what's happened in the past. Mm-hmm. Don't crucify people for it.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do to fix it going forward? Like, the thing to do when you're caught like this, when you've done stupid things and someone reminds you, like I do stupid things.
Oh, yeah.
If Justin points that out to me, I go like, dang, dude, I'm really sorry. And then I try to be mindful of that to not do it again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So guys, like, let's try to be better.
Yeah. I wish if there's one thing, I hope that when Superman returns in this movie, there's this point where it's amazing and it's awesome, and that it could be an inspiring moment.
Yeah.
For he comes out and he's like, guys, let's be better. Let's not fight each other no more. And Batman's like, yeah, dang, it's kind of my fault that you died, huh? You know? He's like, suck.
It's my bad.
But in the end, let's not be villains. You know, here's the thing. As a fan, you can be critical of the thing you love. There's like, imagine a guy who loves football. He loves his team. Like, say there's a football fan and loves the Raiders. I pick on the Raiders because I don't know anything about football, but I know it's a crappy team. But there are a lot of people wear their hats and shirts, right? So, but these people, they're still passionate about their team, but they can complain like, man, they suck. They're playing terrible. That's true passion. To be objective, right? About what you like. Man.
Pull it back into the comic book realm. Like, I can look at, like, I've been honest about, like, the Flash is my favorite comic book character.
No, you're an appreciator of the
Flash. I'm an appreciator of the Flash. His comic book recently, for the most part, hasn't been good.
Yeah.
And you know why I care? And why I say it's not good? Because I like the character.
Yeah.
So if you like something, you actually should probably be a little more open to like, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. I agree,
because
dude.
it shows you care. Mm-hmm. And if you think everything is fine, I would question how much you care.
Yeah, how much you just want anything? Because go watch Batman and Robin. Right?
There's lots of stuff that you can go back to. Yeah. You don't have to go see Justice League even if you don't want to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you don't like, here's the thing. If you don't like Justice League, then you maybe you don't want to, you know. And I've said this like on the Batman show, like, and what's cool about Bill, he doesn't shut you down because you do. It's the rabid people that are like, you hate that just go from opinion to crazy like accusation to like, wait, what are you talking about? We're just talking about what our preferences are.
Might not be a good thing. You want people to die, don't you? No. Why would you say that? I didn't even say that. Like,
you hate my zaddy. So yeah. Anywho,
we don't need to belabor it, but
I think it was important.
We're both like fired up about this, man. Yeah. Like, let's treat each other. Let's treat people like people, man. That have like a family, and they have a life, and they have like value. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like basic dignity we owe each other.
Yeah.
Even when we disagree.
Yeah.
And if we keep feeding into that caricature, by the way, guys, people are going to keep staying away from some of these stories.
We have a good thing going right now.
People actually are like, hey, this might actually, some of these comic book heroes might actually be kind of good.
Some of you guys that are single, let me just tell you, there are hot girls out there that are going into fashion stores that sell T-shirts with like Wolverine on them. That didn't happen a long time ago.
That wasn't a thing.
My wife was wearing a T-shirt with Batgirl and Poison Ivy and Catwoman and Wonder Woman on it.
That's awesome, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. I would like to think that it's me. Alive. It's a good time to be alive, everybody. We are in the golden age of comic books, and let's hope that it keeps going on.
And let's stay out of that trash juice.
Stay out of the trash juice, everybody.